What's up, everybody? It's Wisdom Wednesday. I'm Coach Clarence. Before we get started, I want you to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. That way you can get the weekly content that we put out on fitness, mortgages, relationships, mindset, just everything to help you live your best life in your 40s and beyond. All right, so one of the number one topics that comes up, and it keeps coming up, there is a difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval. And it's very important to know the difference because a lot of people get confused. For example, I just did a pre-qualification with a woman on the phone. We talked for about 2 or 3 minutes. She gave me an idea of what she thought her credit score was, what her home was worth, what she owed on it. And I said, based on this just initial information, you would pre-qualify for this type of loan. This is what your interest rate would be. Now, in this scenario, it didn't benefit her to do a refinance. So I gave her some, advice to just move on, wait, or to get some more equity or something where it made sense. We're not into ripping people off. There's no point in doing a loan. There's no point. We also talked about how long she would be in the home, and she, wasn't going to be there long. It wasn't worth the cost to refinance. Now, obviously, I want to get paid, but at the same time, you want to do right by your customers. Now, let's say in that same scenario, she needed cash and she had a reason to move forward with the loan. Then I would move into what I call the pre-approval phase, meaning I would have asked for copies of her pay stubs. I would have asked for copies of her bank statements. I would have asked for things to verify what she verbally told me. Then I would put all that into our system and the system would issue an approval. That's an actual approval. Now that same scenario happens when someone wants to buy a house. Someone calls and says, hey, I'm thinking about buying a house. Well, how much do you make? How much money do you make this year? What are your expenses? Just these are pre-qualification questions, okay? So it's not really me saying, yeah, go out and run and do that. But if they do want to move forward, I verify all this information. Then I issue the realtor a pre-approval. So it's very important that you know the difference. A pre-approval means I've done the homework, I've checked on you. And you guys heard me do these videos before when I talk about pre-qualification versus pre-approval. But it keeps coming up, so people should know the difference. Pre-qualification means, hey, I'm over 18, I'm breathing. You're pre-qualified, right? Until we get into your credit, we start looking at stuff, then that might change to, well, maybe not right now. So anyway, long story short, the pre-approval and the pre-qualification are two different things. You want a pre-approval. That means we've done the homework. As long as everything checks out with title, your appraisal comes in, we got a loan. So remember, a pre-qualification is just an informal conversation. We haven't even decided to go anywhere yet. We're just seeing what's out there for you to take advantage of. So keep that in mind when you're looking for a pre-approval versus a pre-qualification. So last time again, if you're new to the channel, go ahead, like and subscribe. If you like the information, share it with a friend. We're here twice a week putting up new content. Podcast is here. You can see all of it. All right, everybody, enjoy the day. That is the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval.